The special graduation ceremony had the makings of a talent extravaganza.
Who want to help me sing a verse of that song? In my living will not be in vain.
Government and education officials, family members, and friends were all on hand to witness what is being described as the most academically decorated group of cadets to graduate from the Technical Cadet Corps program on Grand Bahama. Some 26 cadets from both the private and public schools received the reward of their labor as they successfully completed the 3-year technical program. A technical initiative which has also been a saving grace for some participants. This according to Assistant Director Bishop Joseph Hall, who says youngsters were given a second chance.
There's a few young men that amongst us here this evening, had it been for others, they would have been undone, cast out and cast away. But I say, God still can. If I don't go to any other graduation on the island, I must be at Jack Hayward graduation, where I received 34 young men who came to me who were cast out, but 11 of them hung in there, and they'll be graduating. I'm giving God praise, honor, and glory.
Speaker for the occasion was the Minister of Education, the Honorable Jerome Fitzgerald. He challenged graduates to help take this country to the next level. He commended this latest group of critical thinkers and problem solvers for the 21st century to be all that they can be.
Since the Technical Cadet Program was introduced by the Honorable Bernard Nottage in 1990, it has seen approximately 2,300 students graduate from the program. Just under 600 of those have graduated here in Grand Bahama. It means that those individuals were empowered to become trainee technicians, chemical engineers, and electrical apprentices, and eventually some even entrepreneurs. Graduates, I want to congratulate you for having endured so far, having that enduring spirit at such an early age. The reality is that for the past 3 years, you have made tremendous sacrifices to fulfill the requirements of this program.
Minister Fitzgerald stated that the government is committed to investing in technical education and efforts to produce a more skilled labor force. Grand Bahama, he notes, is the industrial capital of the Bahamas, and that technical skills are in great demand.
Well, I'll tell you, we got some talented, smart children in this country, right? Talented. But for some reason, and I hope that we begin to debunk this myth or this feeling that somehow or another technical and vocational studies or endeavors or careers are not careers which are to be held in high esteem. I know for the most part they make way more money than people who wear suits. Way more money. No two ways about it.
Joan Davis Rolle, ZNS Network News.
Billboards are out. The campaign is in high gear, and among those offering to serve this time around is incumbent Derek Sands. He says while he believes the outgoing term was a successful one, he says he feels it is necessary to offer himself as a candidate once again. He says there is still some unfinished business, and if elected, he wants to implement a committee that will be responsible for presenting the needs of Central Grand Bahama to the council.
We take one person from each polling division. I think we have 14 polling divisions, 9 of which are associated to the city. Form a committee. The needs are brought to council on a bi-monthly basis. Council looks at the needs. If the needs can be provided by the means of which the government provides for us financially, then council go ahead and assist the communities. If it's beyond us and becomes a capital expense, then obviously the members of parliament for the districts or the areas or the constituency becomes involved.
Now, while many are still concerned about the economic climate on Grand Bahama, Sands says he believes more persons should be given an opportunity to become business owners.
I feel the time has now come for us, for those persons who are talented and who cannot afford to pay the exuberant prices for rent in the various places available to rent, and have talents, and who could provide services from their homes, that we could see the need, with the help of the Grand Bahama Port Authority and central government, to grant licenses to such persons. I feel if you have talents in cooking, then you should be able to cook from home with a license, providing you meet environmental health standards. If we're going to build communities, this is one of the few ways that we can.
While on the ground, he was able to speak to many young men in the community who are seeking to have more activities within their respective neighborhoods. Sands says he believes empowering young men is crucial.
Taking a group of young men that live in and around the parks, request for them licenses so they can form small companies of their own. Give them the responsibilities of looking after the parks, manicuring the parks and the rest of it. So instead of the parks being destroyed, then you will have persons living in the area who can take ownership of the parks, who is being paid for the upkeep of the parks and take pride in what the parks look like.
Incumbent Derek Sands says another item on his agenda is more predictable public transportation within Central Grand Bahama. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.